Thank you guys for joining us today. Dr. Lotanna Okoye is my name. That talks about relationship and marriage dynamics. We are here for serious business because this is an institution that's ordained by God. My job and our job here is to help you become that right person that will be married this year. And beyond that, for those already married who are interested in helping you have a blissful home, you're all welcome to this session. Now, we are going to be discussing.
For there to be agreement, there has to be common vision. And not only must there be common vision, there has to be understanding of how to accomplish that vision. Two people who have been raised from two different homes have two different ways of solving their problem. When you were growing up, discipline in your home was different from discipline in your spouse's home. In some homes, when the children steal and the father wants to discipline the children by whipping them, the mother will insult the father and say, leave them, leave them, leave them, leave them. Have you created a human being before? So the children are left. They steal and get mommy's support or daddy's support. In other families, when the child steals, the parents won't discuss, depending on who found the mistake. The father will pull a belt and whip the children before the mother even finds out what's going on. In other families, the two parents will sit down to discuss what has happened and determine how to discipline the child. Now, if you grew up from these environments and you married, you can understand that the very simple issue of how to punish your children can be a very thorny issue. What to do with money, what to buy first, what not to buy, whether to travel or not to travel, whether to invite everybody for Christmas or not for Christmas, whether to go to Ujura or Ogbechocho. All these are different ways in which people are raised up. I'm not very traditional. Both by upbringing and by my own personal orientation. Traditional things really don't fascinate me, like going for festival and going to do this. And I just don't have time for most of those things. Fortunately, my wife is also like that. So we get on. Can you imagine? Simple things. So at a certain time in the month, you know there is going to be fight. A wife wants to go and cut Ojura. You also say, stay. But there's going to be fight. Very simple things can bring fight. That's the vision. So when you have a common vision, you must have common understanding to solve or to achieve your vision. And that simply means that husbands and wives must learn to talk. A non-communicative relationship does not have much chance for survival. If your marriage is going to work, there must be communication. For communication to function, three important things must be there. The number one is respect. Number two, compromise. And number three, forgiveness. Until I respect your views, I will brush everything you say aside. Because you see, whatever is not important to you almost always seems like rubbish. When you go to an art gallery and you see some painting which looks like manya, everything, the colors, and you look at, you can't see whether it's a goat or a human head or a tree, but they say it's art. But you look at it and it just looks like rubbish. You would have wished that somebody had painted a calabash, and you say, this is a calabash. But somebody had painted all kinds of things. They may call it abstract painting. If you don't understand abstract painting, that painting will be rubbish to you. And when somebody says he's going to buy that for 10 million cedis, you would think something just went wrong upstairs. Is that not so? One of the greatest artist of the world is called Picasso, Pablo Picasso. And if you see any of Picasso's paintings, some of them are really, really, really fundamental. It just looks like a class 3 boy sat down and painted something. But they sell in the millions of dollars. People who buy them because they understand something you don't understand. You will use Picasso painting to rap Kelowele. Somebody will buy it. $10 million. And that simply means that some things which appear important to one person may not appear important to the other person. And that's why you need respect. Respect does not mean I understand you. I'm not talking about understand. I'm talking about respect. Respect simply means I don't understand why you do what you do, but I think you are intelligent enough to make the right decisions. So I respect your view, although I don't see it. I don't understand it. If husbands and wives don't learn to respect one another, you would even think, especially when in Ghana, if you come from friend tribes, you think your wife's tribes people, they are not intelligent. Oh yeah, people in marriage insult people with their tribe. Fantini. When you don't respect a person, you devalue the person. You devalue whatever the person says. Your wife, and sometimes you can be in public, your wife will make a comment and everybody will be there and say, shut up. You don't understand what they are saying. And when you don't respect people, they fight you. When you respect people, they listen to you. Because whatever you sow, you're going to reap. If you sow respect, you're going to get respect. If you are a disrespectful person naturally, and let me let you know that there are people who are disrespectful naturally. They don't respect everybody or anybody. They talk by heart to everybody and anybody, and they think they can play with everybody. So there are people who, as a result of their own personal temperament and the way they were raised, don't show much respect for anybody. If you are that kind of a person, you must know yourself. Because you see, if you don't know yourself, you can't solve your problem. Are you respectful? You respect? People who don't respect are proud and arrogant because they always think they are right. They think their way is right. They think the way they know it is right. And if you are like that, you cannot engage in conversation. You will marry. Anytime you start talking, there's going to be a fight because you can't accommodate anybody's view. So for there to be real communication, for us to be able to achieve our common vision, there must be respect. Secondly, there has to be compromise. Compromise simply means that you drop your extreme positions and you try to take a step closer to the other person. Try to get closer to what the other person is saying. Try to think along with the other person. Try to move from an entrenched position to the next position. That's compromise. You have to make some movements if there's going to be understanding. And number 3, there has to be forgiveness. Every conversation, every communication comes with its own problems of misunderstanding. And in the midst of misunderstanding, there is hurt and there is pain. If I spoke to you about 10 minutes, I would definitely say something wrong to you. Since I started preaching, I've said things here that people didn't like in the last 15 or 20 minutes, isn't it? There's something I said in the last 15 minutes. Why did Pastor say, well, you shouldn't have said that. You shouldn't have. Because once you start talking, you are going to say something that somebody didn't like. It's normal. If I was talking to you in 10 minutes, you will say something I don't like. You may be my best friend, but you say something I don't like. And some of the things I don't like may be personal. That is why you need forgiveness.